Okay, thank you very much for coming today. Welcome to our Level 7 talk today. And Level 7, basically, the title is called Touching the Diamond World, Reaching the Diamond World. So we are going to learn how to touch the source of all success. Wow, what is that? DCI, Diamond Cutting Institute, we want to teach you to reach, to become very successful in your professional and your personal life in the shortest time possible. That is our goal. And because of that, we have a whole series of teachings with life tools to help you achieve that. Now, a lot of you know that, or maybe you may be wondering why we call it level 7. Obviously, because we already have level 1 to 6 before. But not to worry, even if it is your first time today, we will make it so easy that you can also understand. And then for those of you who have come for earlier levels, you will find that the insights are pretty deep also. So in summary, we like to say level 1 to 3 are the foundation of our building, and then level 4, 5 is advanced foundation. It is still foundation, but those are what we call more advanced version of the foundational tools. And then level 6, we start with application, which is the addiction. And then level 7 is halfway. Yeah, our plan is 12 levels, so level 7 is the halfway. And then 8, 9, 10 will be applications again. Level 8 will be the leadership, level 9 will be the creativity, and level 10 will be the anger. Now, this diamond world, why we want to learn this? Because DCI is basically a business principles. And there is a kind of success that we cannot get based on what we learn in the business schools. There is a kind of success that we call ultimate success, that require you to understand the deeper level. And that deeper level is something that you need to experience yourself. And in order to get that experience, you need to understand what it takes to go there. So today will be a short session of 2 hours, and I hope it will give you some insights of what we have to cover, what we will cover in actual level 7. Okay, now, in order to start the session, I would like to invite my wife Cynthia to talk about the basic principles of DCI.
Hi everybody. So happy today that we actually can meet up and sitting down and sharing about this level 7. The inside of the level 7. So, I see anybody here never been to level 7 before? Okay. So, is everybody here some people that never understand about level 1 to 3? Okay. Good. So, it's what do you call it? It's a very interesting thing in this thing. Interesting thing in this thing. Okay. Okay, now, before we go to the deeper understanding about all the level, what should we understand first? The PAN story. So for those people who never attend the level 1, 2, 3, maybe you'll start to understand first through the PAN story. Okay? So have you ever heard about the PAN story? Yes. Woof! Then lucky me. At least I'm going through again because Geshe Michael said that we have to at least listen into 3,000 times. Not 3 times. 3,000 times. So maybe some of you listen to it 2,500. More. So no, if no, then let's listen again. So what is this? Hey! Good. So if little puppy come in and I try to wave this pet like this, then come on little puppy. Then the puppy will bite it, and he will see it as a chew toy. Okay. Then, who is right? Both right, yeah. So I put this pen here, and we call it in the DCI this object. Okay, we put this object here. So I go out. So start from Rachel go out. So everybody here out, and the last one is a dog. And I make sure, okay, dog, you have to come out. So the room is empty. So if the room is empty, so what is this? Nothing. It's a potential. Okay? It can be anything. Okay? So, listen. This moment, when this is nothing, potential. So this is, we call it the important things, which is the emptiness. Okay? So, I said, oops, I forgot my phone. So I open the door from here, then I walk in here, and then I want to take the phone, then my eyes looking at this object, and this object become a pen. So, here a question. So the penness of this object is coming from, I'm a pen, or it's coming like this. It's a pen. So bring up your hand. It's coming from? Yes, it's coming from. So I project this object as a pen. So in this story, it's actually where does the pen comes from? So in the DCI, the system teach us that the pen is actually coming from the seeds in our mind, that it is cracked and it projected through the window of my eyes, and it cover the pen, as the cup, as the ink, everything. So it's a pen. So we understand, right? So since the pen is coming from me, then it means that I can change. I can change it. Because we agree, right? It's coming like this. Agree or not? Agree. So, let's change to the most people want it. Gold bar. Because gold bar is more worth. Okay, we can sell it again. So gold bar. So let's wish that this is the pen. So maybe we can just close our eyes and make a wish, wish, wish. Wish, wish, wish is a gold bar. Then we open our eyes. It is still a pen. Then the question comes up. It's coming from me, but why I cannot make this pen a gold? So the things that we understand is, though that is coming from me, but at this moment we don't have the control to change it to the gold bar. We need to have the seeds before it. Okay, since it is a pen, why don't we make it more interesting by seeing a lot of money in our life? So we go into the subject where how to do the 4 steps to plant the money seeds in our life. So we can see money, money, money. In our life, it means that we have a lot of money. Okay? So to plant the seed of this, let's try go through the step. The first step is just, I want money. Okay, I want money in my life. Okay. So the second one, I need to find somebody who really needs money. Who needs money? Okay, this part is more. This part is rich already. Okay, who needs money?
Yeah.
You know, my eyes catch. Ping Yang is the fastest one. Maybe because he's the tallest one. Okay, so can we invite Yang to come here? Okay. So we understand this principle is actually the second one. Find a person who really needs needs money. And I found Ping Kiang. Oh, I really need money. Should you need money?
Yes.
Yes, he needs money. I know that Ping Kiang is a very kind person. He's not only helping a lot of people outside, but even in Diamond Cutter. Okay, he's a good father, a good husband, and he is a good mother. Okay, so I'm sure you need money, right? Okay, so the next step, we need to give it rest, to plant the seed first. Okay? Okay, now. Okay, look at this.
DCI standard $100.
Okay, so we put the hand here. So Ping Kiang really need money. So listen and look at this. So if I want to have the seed in my mind, to see money in my life, double, so I need to plant it first. So I put the money here and I said, not the same thing. I release it. So I know in my mind that this money, I planned it already. I give it and it's yours. Okay? Is that it? Thank you. So you see, this is the way, the second step. Then after that, what happened? After the money go in, I actually put the seeds planted and it leave a print. And in 2 hours, it was slowly grow. So the seeds planted. And then we know it. The last part, what we should do? We have to happily think about and plant the seed on Ping Kiang. My fertile soil. Okay?
With a surprise face.
With the surprise face. Okay, so this is the parts of the steps of planting the seed. So since we know these steps of planting the seed, and we know that things is coming like this, then I will see the money will also come out in my life, doubling exponentially. Okay? And it's the same thing with what? Our healthy body. If I want my healthy body to have a very fit body, and then though the age is catching up, my health also catching up even more. Okay? I want it. So I have to plant the seed. And also our peaceful mind. And also a very perfect good relationship. I also have to plant the seed. Understand? So remember about the steps. I hope those the new people who just listen about these kind of things, you will get the idea of how you can create everything in front of you as what you want. Okay? Good. Now we go to the second part.
Thank you. That is our DCI standard. Wow. Now, the next one. I just want to know, all of you have the handout already, the QR code. Have you scanned? Are you aware of the QR code? Oh, you are not? Okay. Oh, you are supposed to scan the QR code to get the handout. So, not to worry. Diana is going to send out to all of you, right? Okay. The first topic is actually, if you refer to the handout, it's called Kalwa, ear to hear. Can I say, I hope you agree with me that touching the diamond world is the most important thing that you need to do to become very, very successful. Okay, this is a very bold statement, and some of you might be wondering, what is this? And that is what we want to discuss this afternoon. Before we go into that, touching the diamond world, I want to draw upon your attention that because we have been learning about how to plant seeds, because we have been learning about, we have heard about the pen story, we have been learning about the 4 steps to get whatever we want in this life. Hopefully you are doing it every day. Yeah, for those veteran DCI people, you indirectly have planted lots and lots and lots of good seeds to hear a very deep and profound wisdom. Okay? And of course we say this is really a privilege. A lot of people out there who have never heard about the pen, who have never learned about the 4 steps, we can say that they have miserable life. They depend on their luck. They don't know that they can create the futures. They don't know what their futures will be like. And that's why people use many methods. People do a feng shui, people go to the Sima Lu, 4-horse road, whatever it is. They do a divination to look at their future. They look at the lines on their hands. They look at the stars because they are not sure about the future. And that is actually very sad. But all of us here who have a chance to hear the pen story, who have the chance to learn the 4 steps to get what we want in life, to charter our future, we are very lucky indeed. And because of that, just by using the 4 steps, we are planting lots and lots of good seeds to keep on learning, to keep on hearing all this wisdom. So first of all, of course, some of you who are here for the first time, you must have done many good things before. You must have planted many good seeds in the past, especially wisdom, so that you can be here today. Yeah. Now, so I would really like to congratulate all of you. Imagine in Singapore we have 6 million people. But how many of all those 6 million are here today? Only about less than 30, about 30. So we are really very privileged to be able to learn, to be able to hear about this wisdom. So that's the meaning of Kalwa. If you look at the handout, Kalwa is referring to the ears who have the seats to listen to all these teachings. Now, the next topic is about the 2 realities: the bustle of our everyday life and the timeless, silent source below it. In our daily life, we are busy with many things. Busy with work, busy with family, busy with commitment, busy with volunteering. And we always look at things coming from its sides. We always think that we are not really aware about the pen story. Of course, when we are talking about the pen story, all of us memorize it. We know, yes, it's coming from our sides. But in our daily life, in our busy life, a lot of times we forget. When we look at problems, we think that the problems come from its sides. When we see a very noisy wife, for example, it's the wife who is purposely making me angry, for example. Or not to talk about wife, talk about siblings, My siblings, my brother, my sister purposely make me angry, Or customers. The customers is very irritating, Or my suppliers are irritating. My boss is irritating. In our daily life, we forget about all this. And that is because of being busy, And then when we do things, we fall into the old ways of thinking. If I want to excel in school, I need to study hard. If I want to get a good life, I need to find a good paying job. Just last week, I have a friend who just told me, hey, I just changed another job. I said, what? You were there for less than about a month and you are changing job. Yeah, the salary is so low. I have to work 6 days a week. I don't even have time for myself, So we forget about the span. We tend to look at it from the surface, from its side. And this is basically the reality. And the reality that is in the mind of everybody. But deeper there, deeper inside at the core, Geshe Michael used the Grand Central Station, Grand Central in New York, which is very busy. Yeah, in my handout, I use the Shinjuku Station, Shibuya Shinjuku Station. Very, very crowded. It's just like our daily life. But deep inside, in Manhattan, deep inside, there is a bedrock below. Manhattan is an island, so the bedrock below is quiet. It's quiet. That is the source, that is the foundation that is holding the whole Manhattan. And that source is, in our metaphor, is the source of all success. It is the one that is holding the Manhattan. So in our pen and chew toy world, that understanding of the pen, of the seeds, is the base of everything that we have in life. Our success or our failure is all based on that. It sounds very strange here, but for those of you who are DCI veterans, you might hear a lot of times we call it the surface reason and the deeper reason. Yes, for example, if I want to have a good job, I need to study hard. I need to get a good grade. I need to go to a good university, for example. That is basically what we call the apparent reason. For me to become successful in my business, I need to have lots of customers. I need to have modern products. I need to have products which is better than others, than my competitors. Yeah, that is basically what we call the apparent reason. To have a good husband, I need to make up. I need to wear very nicely, you know. Those are apparent reasons. When I want to have good grade, I need to study. But the actual thing, the actual success that we can get is actually deeper than that. If I want to have good grade in my study, what should I do? I need to help other people get good grade. If I want to have good sales, what should I do? I need to help other people or even my competitors to have good sales. If I want to have a good husband or good wife, what should I do? Give away my husband or wife. Can I say that? No, cannot. Yeah, luckily you are still awake. It's about 3 o'clock, I'm already fall asleep, you know. So, if I want to have good partner, what should I do? I want to have partner because I don't want to be lonely, and because of that, I need to accompany lonely people. You know? So that is basically what we call the deeper reason. So just like the two realities, we are living in these two realities all the time. But we always focus on the busyness at the top. We forget about the deeper reason. Yeah, the example that I always like to give is if I want to learn piano, we have a piano teacher here. If I want to learn piano, should I go to find a piano teacher or should I help somebody who also wants to learn piano? Which one? Just help? Will that do? Yes, I need to do both. I need to help somebody who wants to learn piano, and of course I need to find a piano teacher. Otherwise, nobody go to find piano teacher. I need to do both. I need to have the surface reason and also need to make sure I have enough deeper reason. If I only focus on the surface reason, maybe my past good seeds, if I have enough past good seeds, I may be able to become successful. But if I don't have any past good seeds, what will happen? I may spend a lot of money, learn every day with a teacher, but I still cannot play piano. Yeah? But if I make sure I do both, I learn from the teacher, I help somebody else who also want to learn piano, that is the actual guarantee that I will become successful. And that is on theory level. But if we really want to become very, very successful, we need to learn how to touch the core, the source of all success. And in DCI level 7, we use the metaphor of touching the diamond world. Okay, thank you. Let's invite Sintan for the next topic.